As an Edgar main, I managed to get my Edgar all the way to rank 35 in only 2 days. And yes, even though I only bought his gadgets and star powers with coins, and I spent all my life savings just to get him to power 11, I also tried to buy as many pins as I could. I spent hundreds of gems on pin packs to get all of his pins, and now I have no regrets. Some people are just arguing in the subreddit and the Discord server that Edgar takes no skill and is just a menace for this game. I completely disagree. Edgar is a brawler that actually takes skill. Because to be honest, there is just so much potential about this brawler. Not only is he an independent brawler and doesn't require any other brawler for his support, if you're saying that Edgar just doesn't take skill, then you're just basically stupid and you just don't know how to counter him. Because overall, Edgar gets countered by a lot of brawlers, and in my opinion, he needs a little bit, just a few more buffs. I think he needs an attack damage buff just to make him a little bit fair, because right now he is really down in the meta. I think he also needs a super range buff, because look at this super, it's so small. Why not buff it for like a 200% buff? That way we could kill some dynamite. I also suggest that he needs an HP buff. Why not make him as tanky as Frank? What did you say? You want to learn some professional Edgar tips? Well, lucky for you, my friend. As a certified Edgar simp, I know every single Edgar tactic and strategy that has ever been discovered. Now, the first thing you need to know, you always have to use Edgar in Showdown, Brawl Ball, and Knockout. And if you want to be a true Edgar fan, make sure you always use the first gadget. Because without the first gadget, we're not gonna have our super more often so we can annoy the other players. You can use the second gadget if you want, but only if you're facing Shelly or Bull or any other tank. And to be honest, if you're a real man, then make sure you go right into that Shelly and right into that Bull. Because us Edgars, we don't fear any brawler. Whether that brawler counters us or not, we always target that brawler until it's dead. We don't fear anybody. And if you want to push your trophies for that Edgar, make sure you play Showdown and team with every single Edgar you see on the field. We also have some allies like Surge or Gale, because after all, we're all friends. What's that? You're still not convinced that Edgar takes skill? How could you say such thing? I proved everything. Well, don't worry, just watch this clip. I'm sure you'll be convinced that Edgar takes a lot of skill, and I'm sure he'll be part of our gang very soon. Just watch this.
I believe I can fly. YOLO!
And that was the evidence that Edgar truly takes skill. Now that you've learned all the basics about Edgar, it's time to take a look at these secondaries. Well, to be honest, they're not necessary, but they make you look superior. First of all, and this is almost an obligation, you need to use the dislike pin. You have to. Because if you don't use it, you're considered a inferior type of Edgar, so it's best for you to use it. And if you want to look even cooler, make sure you use that X spray. And make sure you use both of them whenever you take someone down. Now, if you have enough money to spare, you can also go buy some skins. Our favorite skins are Orochi Edgar because it looks try-hardish. Yeah, I know some people may call us fatherless, but since my dad just went to get milk and never came back, I don't really care, because I'm living a very happy life with my brawler, and I don't care what others say. What did you just say? Did you just call us toxic? You think we're a toxic community? Well, okay, I'm gonna admit, yes, we can be toxic a little, sometimes, but in general, I think the others, they are a lot more toxic. If you compare, for example, the Daryl community, they are a lot more toxic than the Edgar community, and you cannot deny that. So consider us being nice, because we never look for fights, and we never do anything to provoke a fight. And we don't really care when others call us toxic or just fatherless, because we know we were wrong. We're not very sensitive. We would never take things personally.